Hey, you guys, welcome back to Naughty Love Movement. It's your girl, Nicki. And today, I'm bringing opportunities for advertisement on my channel. If anyone is interested, they can email us at naughtylove2020@gmail.com. Our prices are affordable and reasonable. And please reach out to us. We can start our videos with any commercials that you would like us to advertise. I look forward to hearing from you. I'm out. One. And we're back. Welcome back to my channel, Naughty Love Movement. It's your host, Naughty or Nicki, whatever you prefer. Thank you all for joining me on this rainy Saturday. I just got up from a nap. I've been laying around relaxing all day. And I feel good. How's everybody feeling? How's everybody doing? Thank y'all so much for joining me. And as you're loading up in the room, please make sure you're hitting that like button. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, share my content, and leave comments. Interact with the channel. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Just engage with the channel. This is how YouTube knows that we're here. Also, donations are definitely appreciated, honey, because YouTube is making us fight for every little penny. Okay, shout out to AT2. I just got off the replay with you. Like they robbing us over here at YouTube. That's why all your support is always definitely appreciated, but necessary because YouTube always playing games with our money. We have to fight for every little penny. All right. Also, you could donate to the channel via Cash App, Super Chat, Super Sticker, $1, $2. I appreciate any little bit. It all helps. All right. It helps with subscriptions. It helps with paying for StreamYard. It helps with paying for equipment and things like that. So we ain't out here just begging, but we don't work for free either. You know, time is money, naughty girl. All right. I hope everybody's doing well. I see y'all loading up into the comments. I got a great random show lined up. Like, I got a bunch of trending topics that I want to touch on. A couple of updates for the Brooklyn stabbing incident that happened with the twin young lady. Yes, Shavy, thank you. Also, Jennifer Lewis is ditching her walker. As you all know, we did a story on her where she had a tragic fall over in Africa and she almost lost her life. All right, so we have an update on that. Amanda Seales is squealing, child. Amanda Seales is squealing and she's still out here trying to be relevant. We're going to touch on her a little bit. We're going to touch on Nicki Minaj and her husband with their $500,000 lawsuit and so much more. Michael Blackson and Marlon Wayans. Haven't been able to get to him, but he's being sued for child support. And we're going to get into Drea and Jalen. They saying Drea is not his first baby mama, honey. A Houston woman just delivered his child. We got the tea. Okay, we're going to get into all of it. All right, all of it. But thumbs up this video. And I'm going to need y'all to get y'all cousin. What's y'all cousin doing? Get your cousin. Grape tea, get your cousin. Juby Buggin, get your cousin. Shady, get your cousin. James, get your cousin. Get your cousin. So make sure y'all share this video. All right. Y'all know I'm silly over here. Y'all keep it lighthearted. I'm going to go ahead and drop this intro, give people a chance to load up in the room, get the notifications to go out. And we'll be back. We'll dive right in. Thumbs up this video. Hey, Miss Kaiser, thank you so much for always supporting. I appreciate you. Oh, and I forgot, y'all need to follow me on all my different social media platforms. I vlogged my morning this morning. I had a wax appointment and things like that, and it was rainy, but I found this great new spot, and maybe there's one in your area, but I know they are nationwide. So it's called Sugaring NYC. And it's all 100% natural organic waxing. Hey, in my opinion, all right, I'm gonna let the show start up a little bit, but I will be dropping the link just in case anybody wants to come up and sound off. All right. Oh, and if you need head wraps, please DM me on Instagram. We'll set up a consultation and go through the fabrics together. Shout out to Swirl Gang, gorgeous, gorgeous queen. Thank you so much for supporting me. That's right. Hey, in my opinion, hit that like button. Hit that like button. So at first, I'm gonna get into Drea. What's going on, girl? Are you using Jalen just for a sperm donor? I mean, he tattooed her on his body. I mean, it got to be something there, but we still really don't know what their situation are. Like, are they together? Are they not? I don't know. Y'all know relationships in Hollywood are like disposable and calculated, and they do things just so they can become more popular. And Drea wanted one more kid, so maybe she just chose him as a baby daddy. We don't know. They haven't really confirmed her maternity pictures. It's her dolo. You don't see like Jalen in the pictures embracing her, rubbing on the belly. We don't see moments like that. But I think with all the backlash she got, she probably like kind of scaled back. But shout out to James, my subscriber, for giving me the lead to this story. Okay. I found some information in Red Lipstick Alley, okay, because they be having all the deets over there. All right, so let's see what they're gonna say. All right. So these are some of the blind items that I saw. Wags Unfiltered said, and for the record, Bria don't care about Jalen dating Drea. She's moved on a long time ago, LOL. And not to mention, I heard he had another girl pregnant from Houston, wondering if she had the baby already. Woo! Some of the comments is she been had the baby a couple of months ago. So he got multiple kids. This person says Drea used to be under Bria's pictures when she posted Jalen with heart emojis, LOL. Bria should unfollow her messy ass. So this is Maya Lacopa, Jalen's first baby mama. All of this is coming on the tail end of some gay rumors that came out about him because he was found in awkward positions with another gentleman. So it says it has been going on around since last year that Jalen knocked up a Houston bartender. Some blogs have recently began posting it, but quite a few fonts have mentioned it a LSA when she first became pregnant. Well, she's finally had her baby. This is Maya's second baby. Maya's first baby daddy is in the NBA as well, but he made her sign an NDA to keep her mouth shut. She does, however, enjoy when people play the guessing game on who her first baby dad could be on TikTok. So this is her with the baby. Oh, Jalen, you spreading that seed far and wide, Jalen. Trying to make us believe that Drea your first baby mama. So she put in a caption. When was this? I can't see. Can't see it. It's 2024 though. She put in the caption, she said, I played you this song every day since the moment I found out about you. The words most beautiful girls named after the world's most special to have and to hold in sickness into health to protect and provide. I promise to love you in every lifetime. My peace. Oh, that's your little cute little message. So Maya had her second baby with Jalen in February, yet post her pregnancy photo shoot the day after Drea posts hers in March, a few months after giving birth, months after hiding her pregnancy from the world. Coincidence? I think not. She clearly feels some type of way about her pregnancy by Jalen not getting as much press and attention as Drea's pregnancy has been getting. Why start posting about your pregnancy and baby now? If you had her comments under TikTok, or excuse me, if you read her comments under TikTok and Instagram, even her close friends didn't know she was pregnant until her last month. They all posting comments like, I can't believe you didn't tell me. She clearly wants to be seen now. Go back into hiding, says Drea runs the show. Boom. There's Drea. Child, y'all let me know. They do look alike, James. Wait, this is messy. This is messy. Is it going to be the battle of the baby mamas? Mm, mm, mm. Females, you got to do better. And here's Maya's pregnancy pictures. Um, so Drea posted hers on the 8th. And then Maya posted her photo shoot on the 9th with the following slides. They do look alike. Well, Jalen definitely has a type when it comes to his baby mama. I don't know about the men, but his baby mama, he got a type. And so then Maya posted, I don't bother nobody. I'm not bothering. What she said, I don't bother nobody. I'm not bothered by nobody. That's my piece. And this is pregnant Maya with her first son. Child, they better stop keeping these secrets for these people. Why be a secret? You were grown enough to lay down and make the baby with me, so why I gotta be a secret? Let's see what some of the comments are saying. Just disgusting behavior, giving birth to a man who is not even there to welcome his numerous children into the world. Choose better, ladies. Choose better. Exactly. I agree. This person said mess. This person said ghetto, trashy behavior. Jalen is making all these beard babies. Woo! This person says some women are obsessed with being pregnant. Weird. No, they're obsessed with getting pregnant by rich men. Let's be clear. Because at the end of the day, this is about the bag. And unfortunately, the baby mama culture is a career in this day and age. We don't have to like it, but it's happening. It's happening. They definitely look alike. But this is just getting messy. And I wonder why Jalen won't claim his first baby in public. Does he believe, hey Mary D, does he believe it's his kid? Hey the dog. I don't know, but shout out to Lipstick Alley for giving us the receipts. But they sure do look alike. So Jalen, and Drea, this is not Jalen's first baby. He has another hidden baby mama. Maya. He's been keeping secret, just like his sexuality. He's been keeping secret. So I just feel like this is a result of him trying to change the narrative and deflect the gay rumors. And now he's going to come out with a floodgate of kids where he won't even have time to be there for all of them. Wrap it up, Jalen. Wrap it up. Ooh, James said it might be more kids out there. I don't know. But Drea, the only thing they did to confirm like their relationship is Jalen showed a tattoo of Drea's name tattooed on him. But it sounds like he doing young boy behavior stuff, right? This is the risk you take when you get in an age gap relationship, right? When your partner is significantly younger than you. I mean, he is sowing his royal oats, as to speak, quote unquote. All right. And I don't know, Naughty Crew. Do y'all feel like Jalen's ready to be a father with this type of behavior? The babies are cute though. The babies are definitely cute. So I'm gonna keep my eye on this story to see if more baby mamas come out the woodwork. Mm-hmm. This Drea pregnancy post. She posted on the 8th. We went over that story, and then Maya posted on the 9th. Y'all think it's a coinky dink? Do y'all think it's a coinky dink, Naughty Crew, that all of this is happening like this? Well, Drea, Drea, we already know how she get down, all right? But I still find it all quite.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
And I just think Drea in it, like, just because she want another baby and she want to secure the future. Period. It's not about love for Drea. It's never been about love for Drea. Woo! James said by the time he retire, he gonna be miserable. Okay, paying all that child support. Mm-hmm. Babies are expensive now. Like, I do not envy anyone bringing children into the world right now because it is expensive and the world is bonkers. Bonkers. Bonkers, bonkers, bonkers. So, Naughty Crew, y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think that first baby Jalen baby? Do y'all think Drea baby his baby? I'm just saying. Everybody be sleeping with everybody. It's not far fetched. It's really not far fetched. But I wish everybody the best, okay, in the situation. I'm not here to judge. It's a lot of people that do age gap relationships. It's not a new thing. Um, but what do y'all feel about like the baby mama culture? Like how people aren't even trying to create a family foundation anymore. They're just skipping the marriage and just going straight to having kids all over the place. And who suffers? The children. Like Nick Cannon even admitted, like he does not have enough time to spend with all his 12 kids, his football team of kids. Ooh, Blueface effect. But you know what? Blue only got one baby mama, as far as we know on record. I'm yeah, I'm shady. I'm being shady. Cause yeah, Junior looked like Krishan X. I'm sorry. And I don't believe that's Blueface baby. I don't believe that Blueface baby. But Blueface only got one baby mama, as far as we know. As far as we know. Up next, let's call to the front of the congregation, Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty. Okay. Girl, you better not call up on no more shows sick. Cause you got bills to pay. Girl, get up here, Nicki. Come on. You got bills to pay. All right. We all know you touring for free right now. Cause you got liens against your tour and everything. Mm-hmm. Let's get into it. Shout out to Double XL. Nicki Minaj and her husband Kenneth Petty must pay a security guard $503,318.02 after ignoring the guard's lawsuit, TMZ report. In 2019, I remember this. Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty allegedly got into a physical altercation with the guard, resulting in him having to get multiple surgeries. He was attacked. Hmm. Now, Ken and Bobby posted the receipts about all the liens. Nicki, you can ignore this if you want to, but you better not call out for any more of your shows. And I know she was just like recently up here talking about trying to perpetrate like she was so sick. I don't believe she was sick at all. I think it was all stunts. I think it was all stunts. And do she really care about her fans doing stuff like that? Canceling at the last minute. It was just corny. People took off of work, people spent money for travel and things like that. Like, to cancel at the last minute was just real corny. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this lawsuit. I'm saying, girl, you better get to work. She may have to do a double tour messing around. But she was out here trying to make excuses for her being sick. And I was just like, girl, just shut up already. Like, because it doesn't even matter. People already lost tons of money. You didn't care when you canceled at the last minute. Like, don't act like you care now. Yeah. So this is her. She's with Miss Deb. It looks like backstage, probably at the Atlantic House. So shout out to Live Bites.
Since I've been under the weather, and once you start feeling better, you don't feel completely better. You got a little bit ways to go. And so while I was on the stage, I thought to myself, oh my God, I, I might have to cough. I turned around looking at Keisha, my sweetheart. I love her so much. She's been on every one of my tours. I love this woman so much. My goodness. She is the most incredible singer, but most incredible person, and the Barbs know. So I turned around to look at her to say, I was wishing I could like telepathically communicate with her, because I've been off and on, still having my moments where like I kind of feel like that coughing sensation. And girl, do you need a cough drop? Bit. See, I can't. So, no, so, but what happened?
She's so full of it. Like, I don't believe nothing she says. She's so full of it. This is her explanation after being sick. So she has to force it on us to make us believe that she's sick. Either you sick or you not. But I just know you hop, skipped, and jumped to Atlanta real quick. I felt like the recovery was really fast. And I called Cap. I called Cap on all of it. Y'all let me know in the Naughty Crew if y'all believe her. I just feel like she just doing this to trying to garner sympathy or whatever. But at the end of the day, are you going to reimburse them people all they money back?
Was the overwhelming love in the, like, I stopped singing. If you notice, I didn't sing the first couple lines of Save Me. And anyway, so I turned around, I looked at Keisha to basically say, girl, you're on your own, because I don't feel good.
Whatever, Nicki. Take better care of yourself. You knew you was going on tour. Instead of crashing out on Station Head, instead of crashing out on Twitter, trying to get back at Megan, you should have been taking care of your body and building up your immune system so that you wouldn't get sick. Like, she's full of it. Get off my screen, Nicki. I'm over you. Exactly, in my opinion. She fake being sick and she know it. Well, why don't you talk about this $500,000 that you and your criminal husband have racked up running around like freaking hoodlums. Can't put your hands on people. And that's why you got so many liens against you now, because you chose to marry bottom of the barrel, gutter snipe. Period. Can't go around. What's the point of your security if y'all beating on the security? Y'all make that make sense to me. Oh my God. It's just giving me ugh. Mm-hmm. Y'all get y'all cousin. Y'all get y'all cousin. So up next, I want to do an update on the young girl in Brooklyn. She was a twin, and unfortunately, she lost her life due to the fact that someone tried to approach her, I guess, to exchange numbers, and we call it kicking it to her on the East Coast, and she rejected him, and he got so upset that he took her life away. It's sad. Well, I have an update. A suspect has been arrested, and I have her mom's thoughts and everything. Shout out to the neighborhood talks for this update. So, 20-year-old suspect in a New York bodega stabbing case of 19-year-old twin girl turns herself in, charged with inward assault and weapon possession, as he should. I mean, people out here, they have nothing to lose, and they willing to take their life, your life, and everybody's life around them. It's just sad that this young girl had to lose her life behind the bare minimum, and he's gonna sit the rest of his life in jail. And let me tell you, New York prison is not easy. It is not easy. So I'm just glad justice is gonna be served for Samaya Spain. That's her name. So the man spotted in the now viral video that took place before the altercation turned himself in on Friday. His identity was revealed to be 20-year-old by the name of Vio Kelly. His charges are, and we just went through that. But it's so many people that are mentally unhinged and untreated out here. You really, really have to be careful. um it's crazy, like, even by not even responding or speaking to someone, that could set someone off. But people are using all type of drugs and things like that to cope with life, because they don't want to really face what's going on. And I bet you this young man was under the influence of some type of substance. This is her mom.
Her tears run deep after losing her 19-year-old daughter, Samaya Spain. This cell phone video obtained by Pix 11 News shows the moment Spain and her twin sister, Sanaya, were brutally attacked. That's Samaya apparently being stabbed in the chest and neck. But we are stopping the video right there.
Those were deadly points that he punctured in her body, that even if she fought it, I don't think she could have won the fight.
LaShawn Goodson is more than heartbroken, thinking about the death of her daughter, but how she died, Goodson says, makes the pain that much harder.
She didn't want to be bothered. Why did she have to die? Because you're not who she want to be accompanied by. Walk away. Don't hit on no girl. Don't fight no female, no matter what.
It all started early Sunday morning. Her twins went to grab food at this deli on St. Mark's Place. Her tears run deep after losing her 19-year-old daughter, Samaya Spain. This cell phone video obtained by Pix 11 News shows the moment Spain and her twin sister, Sanaya, were brutally attacked. That's Samaya apparently being stabbed in the chest and neck. But we are stopping the video right there.
Those were deadly points that he...
All right, so it's just sad that she had to lose her life over something so senseless. Like, we live in America. If I don't want to talk to you, if I don't want to exchange number, that's my God-given right. I shouldn't have to lose my life behind it. So I just wanted to give you guys an update. I'm just glad the suspect has been apprehended and the family can at least get justice for her life. protect the babies, like seriously. And it's just like these are adults. These are young adults. You should be able to walk to the store, to your local bodega, get you a sandwich without having to worry about getting harmed. But shoo, that's why a lot of times I go to stores when it's empty to minimize my chances of interaction with human people, because people are just losing their ever loving minds out here. This is just so sad. It's senseless, and it like another life lost. Like, oh, she had her whole life ahead of her. It's just not right. It's just not fair. Please make sure y'all thumbs up in this video. Share my content, please. All right, update on Jennifer Lewis. Now, I reported on her. I shared the story. She recently celebrated a birthday. She looks great. But she also shared, and I believe she sat down with Good Morning America, how she was in Africa and went to get in a hot tub, and they didn't have like cautionary tape or warning signs around, and she ended up falling like into a 10-foot ditch and almost lost her life. So I'm so happy that she had a good recovery. I'm so happy that she had a friend with her that helped her, through the situation, but she had to get lifted out. Shout out to the Jasmine brand. But this is her throwing away her walker, child. She said, I'm outside. Yeah, she had a 10-foot fall in Sarangati. So praises to the Lord above that he protected her life, and she is still here with us. She's still one of my favorite actresses to date and one of my favorite celebrities. So go girl, go girl. She looking good though. All right. So she had became emotional as she recalled the near fatal 10-foot fall off the balcony during African getaway. It was hard even to take a big breath to scream, but we know she got some lungs and some vocals on her. Chill. Yes, prayers to Jennifer Lewis. I hope she continues to recover and her health and everything stays intact during the process. Jennifer Lewis, she's one of those transparent celebrities. She talks openly about her bipolar disorder, and also, even one time she was Dirty John. She shared that openly with us. And although as embarrassing as it was, I'm glad she shared the story because other women started coming forward. And I always say it over here, Naughty Crew, silence creates more victims. If you are violated by someone, speak up to prevent more victims from happening or coming about. Oh, so I just felt like that was a great, great update, and I just kind of want to keep up with her. And speaking of taking action, Tiffany Red, as you all know, she's a songwriter in the industry. She wrote for Cassie years ago. Her and Cassie are very, very good friends. And she went to the news and discuss what she witnessed when she was writing for Cassie. And I thought that was very courageous on her part. She also recently admitted that she is also suing Diddy. But she's been speaking up for the songwriters out here. And y'all know me. I'm like, what about the action? Like, what are you doing to help other artists not go through this, and she's been screaming from the mountaintops about how it's not fair. And one of the things I'm a stickler to, in this day and age, people need to learn how to handle their business. Do not go into the music business blindly. You have to educate yourself. And a lot of times the writers, they get the short end of the stick because of contracting, because of little simple stipulations. Like if the artist changes one word, they can get writer's credit. Well, Tiffany has been advocating for this for, I would say, the past few months and things like that. And my heart went out to her because she was saying like her life is in danger because she's been speaking out loud and things like that, and she has to stay in the house, and I want nothing more for her to be safe, and I want her to be able to make some progress in this cause that she's fighting, because it's not fair. You should not have to sacrifice your art and your talent because an artist just wants to be unfair, right? Well, I was happy to see her posting some classes, and this is the same thing like I said about Monique. You know, she want to sit up there, hoot and holler, and it's just like, what are you doing so that the next person doesn't have to go through this? Besides whining and crying and saying, "Oh, it's not fair, pay and this and that." And every time you want to blow up the internet, you have something to say or whatever. Well, I was happy to see that Tiffany, she has classes. She says book a coaching called Today, uncover growth opportunities, define your sound and brand identity, face challenges in the music industry, expand your network, and get music business advice. I love this. She is actually doing something about the situation to prevent the next person for having to go through the struggles that she has went through. And this is what I like to see. What are we doing to change? And that's what I'm saying. Monique, she hoots and hollers about Tyler Perry, Oprah, and DL Hughley and things like that. But what is that? Her running her mouth. What is that really doing? Her going on live with her daddy. What? How is that helping the next generation from not having to go through the things that she went through? Right. So I was just really happy to see this, and I did comment. I said I like this teaching and paying it forward. And Tiffany actually gave me a heart back. So shout out to Tiffany. You stay safe out there. You keep pushing on, and I hope she gets what she needs, especially after suing Diddy Child. Oof. Just protect your neck, girl. But I know Gene Dill has spoke out on the art of the dialogue and extended an olive branch. Like, yo, if you need some protection, let me know. And Tiffany, I think it's a good idea because Uncle Gene don't play, okay? Uncle Gene don't play. He don't play. Yes, I'm live, AT2. Thank you for joining. Can you not hear me? Can you not hear me? So I just thought this was great. I like to see actions. Like people, we saw it with Christian Keys. They come out here saying all this stuff, leaving us hanging once they get paid off. Nothing's being done for the victims that's coming behind them. I always say it here on my platform. Silence creates more victims. I know on the art of dialogue, he extended an olive branch. He was doing an interview in regards to the Usher situation, and he brought up Tiffany, and he was like, my heart goes out, and he said, Tiffany, if you need any protection, if you need anything, reach out to me. And I just hope she did. But I just think it's great that she's offering classes and things like that so that the young artists coming up behind her don't go through the struggles that she has gone through. I mean, they rob. Oh, you're so welcome, Mary D. They rob artists. But this is the importance of standing on your business, Naughty Crew, and making sure you have lawyers that are in your favor to make sure you're getting the best deal possible for yourself. Like, gone are the days where you just sign contracts blindly. There's so much information out here. A Google search can help you. We talked about Jess with the mess from the Breakfast Club. She didn't take the job right away. They tried to lowball her, and she negotiated her contract, and they ultimately had to meet her demand. So, Naughty Crew, just make sure when you're handling your business that you
Ever in life, I stand on business. You drop me somewhere, I stand on business. You drop me in your hood, I stand on business. I don't feel like you stand on business. Yeah.
Stand on your business. 10 toes down. Read through your contracts. Get a lawyer that's on your side, in your favor. Never sign anything off rip without getting legal counsel. We have to use our logical minds and work smarter, people, so that you don't get screwed in the end. Hey, Shayna, thank you for joining. 82 says, hello, everybody. Yes, yes. So I'm really, really happy that Tiffany is coming up with coaching classes and also finding another means of income. There's so many ways out here. Oh, thank you, Mary D, for becoming a member. Appreciate you, Queen. Thank you so much. So yeah. So yeah, no, there's so many ways to make money out here, people. There's no reason for anyone to be sitting around broke and begging. Okay, like it's so. And if you have a creative mind, trust me, I keep me multiple streams of income. Anybody that knows me will tell you. Okay, and legally. All right, let's get into Amanda Seales. Why she is insistent on being in our faces. Now, we went through a recap of the NAACP Awards. She felt the need to garner attention from the public, right? And she came out and said the Black community does not support her. She's not invited in them rooms. She's basically essentially saying that she's kind of blackballed. But Amanda Seales has problematic behavior, to say the least. You know what I mean? Then the next day she came back and kind of tried to backtrack and say, "Oh, it's not my fans I was talking to. I appreciate all y'all support." Amanda, get up here. Come to the front of the congregation, girl. I'm just sick of these celebs. And shout out to NoahOnline.org. So Amanda Seales calls out Black media outlets for dragging her online after expressing she feels excluded from Black spaces in Hollywood. Well, if that's the case, what's going on? Why people don't want to be around you? Here we go. So Essence Magazine posted this, and it looks like Amanda posted this. It said it's time to admit that being liked is more important than being good at your job. Whether we want to admit it or not, likability plays a huge role in our career trajectory. Esther's business editor Jasmine Broly weighs in on why we need to have a real conversation about it. So, do you think it's more important to be liked nowadays? Or do you think it's important to be likable in order for your career to go forward? And I say that to say there's a lot of oh, Shay B said I can't take her. Okay, Naughty Crew. My Naughty Crew is vocal. She is. So this says personally, while I enjoyed thought provocation in theory, I'm not sure I'll be able to work alongside someone who seems committed to exhaustingly agitating the establishment, even when they have really good points and even better intention. You know, Amanda Seales, she strikes me as a type of person. She's in her own way, and she puts her foot in her mouth a lot. So this is a comment that she's highlighting. She is not a likable person, always complaining about something. That's what they're saying about Amanda. Woo child. This person says only two types of content I've ever seen from her is complaining or dropping knowledge or criticism in an argumentative tone. I don't think that necessarily gives off the best vibes or lends itself to an open invite. They dragging her. Shay B, you might like this. This person says, no disrespect, but she needs some D. Complain about any and everything. Woo! They saying she D deprived, naughty crew. Hey, Curves. Curves says she appreciate Amanda. Here we go. The Roots. They said if everyone says the same thing about Amanda Seales, could she be the problem? The entertainer has allegedly been divisive for a long time, suggesting things are more complicated than she lets on. I'm sorry, it's cut off, guys.
You know, whether you like me or not, I've dedicated my entire life to the advancement and the love of Black people. And I have spent this week and my entire life, being excoriated for maybe not always having the best delivery, or not being able to maybe put my emotions into the space in the best way possible. This week in particular, I watched as members of the Black community and Black media happily have castigated me publicly for simply saying that I feel I deserve to be in spaces that I've poured into. I've also watched Black media in this same time frame platform individuals who have dedicated their lives to being anti-Black and perpetuating white supremacy. I deserve to be protected and appreciated. I hope that those of you who found it in your space to speak of me in such vitriol, though I've never brought it to you, I hope that you take time to do the self-exploration that you're suggesting that I do. And there are private apologies and thank yous and love, and that is appreciated. But it does sting that it's never as loud as the public cacophony, but they are happy to receive from me. Which says to me, Amanda, so you can catch me on my Patreon. The SEAL Squad is where I'll be. This work is very difficult, even when you take Lexapro. So you can catch me on my Patreon. I just want to say something. If it wasn't for y'all, I would really think that I ain't doing shit. Because the industry I'm in does not recognize me. And to be clear, I'm speaking about the Black spaces in the industry I'm in, because y'all know I don't give two damns about any of these other spaces, but the Black spaces is what I'm referring to, which is largely in part why I've realized like I need to shift out of this industry. You know, like I don't get invited to Essence Women in Hollywood. I've never been invited to the NAACP Image Awards. I've been nominated for an Image Award. Never been invited to the NAACP Image Awards. Never been honored at Black Girls Rock. Like I've hosted these events, you know what I'm saying? I literally hosted the BET Awards in 2020 in my house. And all
right, so that's the basis of where all this backlash came from. Hey, Text Ford, thank you for joining me. Let me see what some of these comments are saying. Curve says Amanda's totally misunderstood and underappreciated. People overlook her genius because of her delivery is so anti-status quo. But on the other hand, she opened up this can of worms by coming public and making this statement. So you have to be prepared for whatever. I hate to see that she's in tears. You know, Amanda doesn't bother me. It is what it is. Because I feel like everyone is entitled to their point of view. And if her cause is to fight for justice and inequalities within the community, it is what it is. Do I feel she needs to work on her delivery a lot of times? We all do. She's no different from any one of us. But it's just a lot of hate, and it just makes me wonder, like, wow, like
the SEAL Squad.
People need to stop this gang up culture. She cried on the reel when the video came out. Yeah, she did. I mean, she's emotional. She's a woman. Change it. I mean, she lacks support, and what this melanated goddess is calling out. She does lack support, but it makes me wonder why, Curves, you know? Why? And so Hollywood is so phony though. They'll like silently blackball you rather than uh, have a conversation, an adult conversation. But what it is they're not ready for what she has to say back. Yeah, text for BC. They all been sent to the highest bidder. Hey, Linda, her points are valid, and she has a right to speak to her experience. And I'm not trying to take away from that, but people are mean out here. Seriously, people are mean. But she's done a lot for the community. So, U.S. representative, speaking of like racism and things like that. Speaking of U.S. Rep David Trone apologizing for using racial slurs during a hearing. What's going on what is going on? Shout out to the Shade Room for this one.
Create a P&L statement that works. What you look at is, can you compete? Can you do it better than the other competitor? And with that, can you create a P&L statement that works? And the tax rate, that's after the P&L. It's never, ever once been a consideration. So this Republican jigaboo that, it's a tax rate that's stopping business investment, it's just completely faulty by
Y'all heard on Republican jigaboo.
people who've never run a business. They've never been there. They have not a clue what they're talking about.
Hey, Sexy 60.
Create a P&L statement that works. What you look at is, can you compete? Can you do it better than the other competitor? And with that, can you create a P&L statement that works? And the tax rate, that's after the P&L.
That is not cool. All right. So he is apologizing after claiming that he inadvertently used a racial slur. How do you inadvertently use a racial slur? That is a part of your regular vocabulary, sir. You're used to using that type of language. You bigot, you racist bigot. Mm, mm, mm. So he's running for U.S. Senate, though, in Maryland, and says that he confused the offensive term for another one as he spoke about tax rates. What does tax rates have to do with a racial slur? Y'all make it doesn't make sense to me. It does not make sense to me. Ridiculous. And this is the people that's running our country. Some people say they think he meant to say bugaboo. Anyway, why are you using that language in the White House anyway? Foggy Don even said, I didn't think I ever said the word more 3 times in my 40 years. The fact that he said it so effortlessly, suggests the word is at the front of his vocabulary, period. I think we going to leave that there. Even bugaboo is not good. Yes, he is a Democrat. Curbs thinks he'll win. Hey, Gina, welcome to the panel.
Hey sis, how are you?
I'm good, and you? How you been feeling?
I feel good. Evening from London.
Yes, all the way from London. You want to sound off on anything in particular?
I just popped in, so I need to triple check the topics that we're going through.
So, we got into Amanda Seales and the backlash she received for coming out during the NAACP Awards saying that she doesn't feel supported by her people and she's not invited into those rooms. Well, people were like dragging her all over online saying that her attitude and the fact that she misspeaks a lot of the time, according to other people. I'm not saying that she does this, but they're saying that she's problematic and she's very confrontational, and they just kind of really sealed the deal. I can run it back for you. Hold on.
Oh no, yeah. So I know about Amanda Seales, and I have to admit I don't like Amanda Seales. Like she personally rubs me the wrong way. And my obsession with Amanda Seales is when she also falsely accused someone of SA, which people just conveniently forget. like I feel like I'm thinking like she definitely falsely accused someone of essay. I'm trying to remember, was it a football player a few years ago when like the Me Too movement first came about? She like falsely accused him.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think so. And the thing is, just like I think of Amanda is that she's like so intellectual. She's very, very high smart, well spoken, well articulated. I just feel like she's just not self aware when it comes to herself. Like, and she hides it under the guise of honesty. There is a difference between being honest and being rude, and sometimes I feel like she uses her honesty to get away with her being rude. And it gets to a point that if multiple of your own people don't like you, maybe you should reflect and do some self awareness that maybe I need to reflect on maybe how I talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't think she's self aware enough or wants to take the accountability about the fact of how she talks to people. And I
And I
think that's
get it too, because I'm from the East Coast where we're very like direct, we're very fast paced. We don't do all the fluff. We just get directly to the point. And in my work that I do, because ultimately they transition me, like even though I'm on the East Coast, I work the West Coast, and the attitudes are very different on the West Coast. They're very laid back, chill, gnarly dude. You know what I'm saying? And so I had to like adjust my tone because I was coming off as rude, and I didn't realize that I wasn't meaning to, but people brought it to my attention, and I dug deep, like, okay, how can I soften my tone and soften my words? It's just that we just have like this hard East Coast twang, you know what I mean? And we just like straight to the point, straight shooters. Pow. Wendy Williams used to say it all the time or whatever. But I had to like look within myself to adjust that, so I could be a little more friendly to my West Coast peeps.
that's what I'm saying is, and I don't understand nonsense because I know she talked about being blackboard, right? And I get like how hard you worked in black spaces, and I'm sure it must hurt. But I'm like, I just feel like she's just not self aware. She's not taking accountability. If multiple people are saying the same thing about you at this point, you need to do some self awareness and reflection about how am I talking to people. And it just aggravates me the way she uses honesty to kind of justify it. It's like, no, I just don't think you're being honest. I think you're being rude, and I think you're using that as an excuse. And because you're like an intellectual, because you talk a lot about, because you're an activist, I just feel like sometimes you use that as an escape point to justify how you talk to people, which is why I'm not a huge fan of Amanda. But I was gonna say, but she does great work for the community though, so I'm always gonna appreciate that. She does a lot of great work. She's a lot of great activism, but her personality personally rubs me the wrong way.
And you know what I say to that? Go where you are wanted, accepted, and supported. You don't need validation from Hollywood. Look at Hollywood. It's a mess anyway. Okay. Like, and if people will snub you just for having just your opinion, and they can't even come to you and be honest and say, look, I don't like the way you are, da, da, da. I don't want to be around people like that anyway. I don't need validation from people like that. I want
Did
people
you
that's going to keep it real around me.
did, did you hear what happened about the Issa Rae gold party thing?
Where she was ousted.
Yeah, I remember like was this, how many years ago was this? I can't remember, but I do remember watching her tell the story about like how like Issa Rae's like publicist like basically just kicked her out of that party because like her publicist didn't like her.
Wow, I know Couture Bay had mentioned something like that.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, so yeah, Issa Rae's publicist didn't like her, so it's like I think it's like the Emmys gold party. When she went like one year with her friends, like she got kicked out, and it was like Issa Rae's publicist was like, I just don't want her there because I don't like her.
Yeah, I mean, I just, I hope she doesn't have like a mental breakdown behind this, and she just finds her way elsewhere. But keep it up. If you don't want the public's opinion, people don't come in public making statements. Period. Because you just know in this day and age, we live in a time where everyone opinions matters, right? And if you make a public statement like that, you're gonna get some backlash.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. So it's
Yeah.
just that, yeah. So that's just all I have to say about Amanda Seals.
Thank you
I,
so much. Woo! I want to move on to the next story. I'm glad you're up here because Michael Blackson is speaking out about welfare. And then I have another story I want to segue into after that. But shout out to the Jasmine brand for capturing this. I wanted to see what my naughty crew thought about what Michael Blackson thought. As you all know, he's a comedian and he's from Africa. He has some strange point of views. You know, the men in Africa, they believe in having multiple partners and things like that. But let's hear his point of view about welfare and food stamps and child support.
Child support, warfare, all that it was all part of the whole slavery thing. It was a way of keeping black people, keeping us separated from each other. So as far as I know, with welfare, if a man is with a woman, she wants to get food stamps or whatever, who needs help from the government, they advise her like, hey, you cannot be with a man if you want this money. So you have to separate yourself from this man guy, even pretend you're not with this guy. So, and then women like, okay, hey, if I'm gonna get some money, get some free food, if I not be with this guy. So, and that's all part of this whole separation thing. It's all part of, it goes back to slavery. We're separated from our family, our brothers and our sisters and our mother, and transported. It's all part of slavery. I'm telling you, welfare, all this family court is the biggest ever. Yes, there are a few deadbeat dads out there that don't want to do nothing at all. That I can understand. That 50% of us men love our kids, we do anything for our kids, and we have a home for our kids, and they want child support, warfare, all that it was all part of.
I agree with him. It was all systems designed to keep us suppressed and to divide our families further. I know. Shout out to Voodoo Doll. Her educational Friday yesterday was on point. Okay, she even got into the breakdown about us gaining the right to vote. But ladies, what are your thoughts? Curves, welcome to the panel.
Hey, happy Saturday, Naughty Crew. What's good?
Hi.
Hi. He's right. He's right. Because everything leads back to racism in America. And and we have to be willing to look at it. Just like our girl Amanda Seals is willing to look at the disparaging effects on our community based off of the ramifications of a white supremacist system that we're forced to live up under. And speaking out against massa does make some people feel like, oh, you gonna get us all in trouble. We can't hang out with you. So I can see how she rubs some people the wrong way. But I do feel like she's valid. She's worthy, and people need to put some respect on her name. Period. And she
Period.
has a right to share her life and do her work and what makes her heart sing. She's already had to give up comedy. She's recently got back into it, but she gave it up for a time. She already had a nervous breakdown in 2020. She already did. I don't know if they want her to like physically bleed to prove that she cares or that that she has a point or whatever. But I just really feel like people need to she doesn't do things any more than anybody else. We all complain.
Mm-hmm.
We all don't deliver things right, like you said already.
Mm-hmm.
So why in her case is it made public? She does bring it up, but also we have seen little snippets of her being problematic, and we're fed little snippets of her being problematic along with, ideas of her being problematic. Same thing they do to Candace Owens. They're like, she might not say everything you want to hear, but she has a right to say what she says, and she has a right to her thoughts. But when people don't agree with them, then when they put her image out, they put it out with bad, like, oh, she's bad because, oh, she's bad because. And so they kind of build up this narrative without a complete picture of everything that person has done or said to benefit us all. And they reduce it to like this one sentence or take it out of context or whatever. It takes a lot of courage to be Black, outspoken, a woman or a man these days.
It
And
sure does.
I feel like we just need to be on as much code as white people and just support each other and nothing to see here, folks. And, you know, and try to work it out amongst ourselves before we throw each other on crosses in front of everybody. We have
You know, and that's why I try not to judge the next person. You know, I know a lot of people are bothered by Amanda Seales, but at the end of the day, we live in America, and she has a right to feel the way she feels.
Yeah.
And it's been so many systems that have been put in place to cause division amongst our people. Like one of the things, excuse me, like the welfare system. Speaking of that, you know, they will wait for our people, you know, landowners, because they wanted their land. They would do things like wait for them to go in the hospital or do things for them to get in the hospital and steal their land and take their kids, put them in the system, put them on welfare, and make them try to buy the land that they owned already back. Like there's so many twisted systems in this world. I'm not beating Amanda Seales up for being vocal. We got so much bigger problems
We
out
have
here.
real enemies. We definitely have real enemies that we need to focus on.
Exactly. And you know what? Let her be vocal. And if the truth hurts, so be it. But she still has a right to express herself. There's so many systems in place designed to keep us divided and suppressed. And that leads me to this next story. Because so many women are out here playing games, and Krishan Rock being one of them, because I do not believe Junior is
Lord,
Blueface's
is she
child.
back saying things in public again?
Oh no. No, but I'm just saying the trickery, you know, this whole baby mama culture, right? And it creates a generation of fatherless children, right? Also, it causes a bunch of confusion where men end up on child support and they find out later that it's not even
Not their baby. You are
not
not
their
the father.
baby. And I feel like, in my personal belief, if that is the case, I feel like that mom should have to pay every red cent back to that father. Seriously, like,
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
shout
And
out to
with interest.
I agree.
With
No, I
interest,
agree.
and they should work out some type of like clause over mental health too, because that's going to affect that guy who thought he was the father of that baby's mental health, and she's responsible for that. So she should have to cover the cost of him getting his mind right after she lies to his ass and says that that baby is his.
exactly.
Because realistically, all they can do is file a civil lawsuit. But as I say, who's got the money for a civil lawsuit unless you're rich?
Exactly. And the
So
money
then,
is spent. But as soon as the father is behind in child support, he gets warrants issued for his arrest. He could get arrested. He loses his license. Everything is all,
really?
Oh my God,
yes.
yeah.
I
And
This
did
was
you
is
gonna
guys
all
say.
sorts
know,
of trouble.
So
in a
you don't
couple of
need.
these states, even if you're found not to be the father, like in this case, like if you paid child support for 10 years, believe in this bitch, and then you find out year 11 that that's not your baby, the courts have been telling these men you're still responsible for that child because you took on the responsibility.
That makes no sense to me because, like, especially if the child's not like biologically yours, that doesn't.
It doesn't.
Well, I'll add you another layer to this genius. So let's say a woman is married, right? In a lot of the states, let's say she has an extramarital affair and she gets pregnant by someone else. Her husband, that is still assumed to be his child. He is liable for that child.
Really? Oh my gosh, that's
Yes, because
crazy
it's a
news.
marriage.
Like
See, the thing.
Gordon, is that what's happening to Gordon and Mia?
Oh, yes, I heard the tea about the housewives, honey. They trying to say, Gordon trying to say one of them babies is not his.
And the new boyfriend thinks it's his. And I'm like, that goes to my theory about her funneling money to him the whole time she's been with G, but that's another show.
Oh, okay. But let's hear what this woman has to say. Here we go. Shout out to It's On Site.
Now, we know females is lying just as much as dudes nowadays.
Yes, and
with a
trapping
straight face,
folks.
with
What about
tears coming down at times.
What about the ones trapping? I feel like men need a level of protection as well.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you why I feel so strongly about my stance on this. It's because there are no rules, regulations, no ethics, no morals from our side to them on paying a man back.
Mm.
How many scenarios have y'all seen where he got told he was a daddy?
Mm.
He went X amount of years
Wow.
doing whatever.
Yep.
And when the baby turned out not to be his, rather he did a little bit or a lot, you owe him.
That's so
And
true.
females' favorite thing, because I watched somebody close to me go through it, they favorite thing, well, you was barely there anyway. I wouldn't give a damn if I bought one diaper. Get my money back for that one motherfucking diaper. What you talking about? Seriously? Now we know females.
It's facts. Women are playing the trickery games out here just as much as the men. Okay, I think it's an even playing field at this point.
Veronica, we
Veronica.
don't have child support laws in the UK. Sorry.
Oh, you don't have child support laws in the UK. So how does it work in the UK?
No, I mean in the UK, it's like for example, like if you, I mean, for example, if you have a child out of wedlock, then you just work it out between yourselves. Like as far as I know, I mean, if someone's from the UK, feel free to correct me, but I believe, as far as I know, there aren't any like laws like in the UK saying that, oh, if you have a child with this person, you must pay a monthly payment. I think you just work that out as a couple. I mean, if you're married, then you can work out custody and all that kind of stuff if you're married, but that isn't the same as like actual someone forcing you to pay child support, and then if you don't pay, you get repercussions. Like we don't have that in the UK.
Oh, okay. So they allow adults to be adults in the UK. Well, I don't think in America, with the baby mama culture going on, and women using being a baby mama as a career.
I bet we could trace child
Oh yeah,
support
no,
system
yeah.
itself.
There's no. Sorry, I just wanted to add on that really quickly. There's no incentive for that. The incentive is just that if the man chooses to pay attention to the child or not, like if he wanted to, like there is no one who's gonna check him. He could just neglect the child. It's just more of like moral responsibility. Like if I got pregnant by a
How
rich
often
guy, I
do
can't sue
you
him for
know
child
how often
support.
the men in England just take that responsibility up and do the right thing? Is that common out there?
It varies. To be honest, it varies. It varies. Some men step up. I mean, because I know some men in my family who've got a woman pregnant, but they stick by them. But others don't. Like it just varies from person to person.
Yeah. Wow. I bet
But
we could even trace the child support system back to racism too, you guys. I bet we could.
Absolutely, especially when they started dividing the families.
Yeah, but I agree with this woman that definitely run him his money. He made an investment. He made an ill-advised investment based off of false information. Once that information is corrected, you need to give me back my investment because I only invested into this because you said what it was. And so you need to run me my money. And if I can keep a relationship with the child without being super resentful and transferring that energy, then maybe, but you need to run him his money and get him some therapy because he's going to take it out on the next one and the next one and the next one and the next one and the next one. And obviously it was a good man because he ran you your money.
Exactly. Veronica Forever says we need celebrity paternity court. Absolutely. Text Force says I agree 100. Sexy Sissy says some men sign birth certificates and get caught up. Like make sure you get a paternity. If you're not married, I think it should be required, and that's what Veronica is saying here.
Yeah.
Paternity testing should be required if there is no marriage, especially. Exactly.
Did you hear about Tristan Thompson? Sorry.
Go ahead, darling.
Sorry, Tristan Thompson, Marnie Nichols, that girl who got pregnant by Tristan.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, he hasn't been paying child support, and now he's had to pay her $58,000.
Oh my gosh.
Well, speaking of child support, Marlon Wayans is caught up too. Let me get that story in child support court. People just really need to learn to wrap it up.
That's the bottom of it. Did you guys hear about that one state that is making men responsible for child support upon conception? Like you have to start chipping in as soon as the pregnancy test comes back positive. And it didn't say DNA proven. I don't know. We're going to need to check. I mean, we're going to have a lot of ladies running around talking about you to daddy and trying to get some money up front. You know what I'm saying?
Well, now they could do DNA. It's painful, but they could do it within the womb now. But it's just like if everybody would stop bed hopping and use protection, we would not have these problems. And shout out to Raps Arrival.
Is it weird that to me, part of self-respect is not having to wonder who my baby daddy is. Is that weird?
I never had a doubt about
Is that weird? Is that too much? Is that
I
weird?
guess we're from the old school curves because I always knew who my kids. It was no doubt about who my kid and my kids' father did not have any doubt either.
Guys, it's not old school. Like listen, guys. I'm Gen Z. It's not old school. I'm Gen Z. It's just this generation is just so. Our morals have been warped by social media, by
And the
music,
music.
and I said something. I think that the music has actually just been. This is why I have issues when it comes to female rap. I just feel like modern female rap is. I think it's dangerous for Black women at this point. I'm just not seeing us reaping
Did
the
you see Freak
benefits of
Nick?
this.
Did you guys see Freak Nick yet?
I
No,
haven't seen
I'm
it
gonna
yet.
watch it tonight.
It's
Speaking of
not available.
music,
I don't think
so
it's available in the UK yet.
when the music changed in Freaknik in the timeline, that's when things went bad. When Luke brought his ass down there with that titties and booty, shake that booty,
Let
right
me
there,
let
all
me
of
see
that,
you pop
and
that
it
thing.
kind of
Shake
like
your,
That's
it
when it
changed
all
the
started to
vibe.
change.
Yeah, and I
Wait,
mean it was fun
no, I
until it
started to
wasn't.
see the change. Doing the butt, yeah. That's when you
Hey,
started saying
sexy, sexy,
sexy.
ain't nothing wrong doing the
If
butt
you wanna do the
all
butt
night
all
long.
night long,
Whoa, whoa.
yeah.
Whoa, whoa, hey, oh, I used to groove. We were at some club in Southwest. Hey, doing the butt,
Sexy,
hey,
sexy. All
ain't
right,
nothing wrong.
so Marlon Wayne's ex-girlfriend is suing him for more child support for their 15-month-old daughter. He currently pays $18,000 a month. We always hear Tyrese crying about his child support, even though he's on trips to Dubai and things like that. Now, child support is based off the income and also the child's expenses and what the child's needs are based upon through the years or whatever. So Marlon Wayne's ex-girlfriend is suing him for more child support for their 15-month-old daughter. He currently pays $18,000 a month, but the mother claims she needs an additional $2K as she prepares to enter the workforce, according to Daily Mail. In an interview with the Shade Room published on Thursday, the actor 51 called the college graduate 34 entitled as she filed to only give him visitation rights and requested additional child support. In an ongoing paternity lawsuit, Moreland recently filed for full legal and physical custody of their daughter, Axel. Boy, you too grown. Like, this.
Yeah, I would just be like, I'll give this check to the trust, to the lawyer's trust, while we wait for this DNA test, baby. And
Hey,
then when it
Zenobia.
comes back clear, there's your money. And then we can work out this visitation.
See,
Because he obviously got himself into a situation.
this is
He
why I
got
don't.
it.
This is why I don't get child support in America. Like, why doesn't the money just go to the child? Like, what does the mother need it for? Like, this is why I don't get. Is like some of these parents just be using the money for themselves. Like, shouldn't it just go to the child? What
And
is
You're
that's what the
absolutely right,
dads
but
are mad about.
unfortunately, these women, these groupies have made it a career. The baby mother culture, and they're living off the child support as well. I mean, the child support should go towards the needs of the child. And morally and logically, that makes sense. But unfortunately, America has created a culture, Gina, where being a baby mama is a career.
I was gonna say because it's just like because it's just in the UK it's like there's just not that much incentive to do it unless the guy wants to be or unless the guy wants to support you out of his own like kindness of his heart. Like there just isn't and there's just no incentive.
I think they should have to prove what they're spending the money on the child. I feel like they should have to produce receipts. I don't know. What are your thoughts, Curves?
You know, being a mom is hard. And you should be compensated to a degree. But to overcharge your ex and say that it's for the kid is where you lose me. Because just be honest. Like there should be like a little mom tax in there. Be honest. She's the one that has to have him most of the time. She's the one that's doing a lot of stuff. there can be a mom tax in there within the child support. Work that in. And she better be doing the right thing with the rest of the money.
Yeah, but why not find a solid relationship and get married and really have protection for you and the child? You know what I mean? It's like they want wifey benefits, but they're just a
without
baby
having
mama.
all the stress of being a wifey. Like, so these people weren't married? That was just his girlfriend?
Yeah. I think they just had a thing and we got a baby.
Oh, see there. So yeah, he should have known better, right? For real, right? He should have known
Especially him
something,
being in Hollywood all these years. He knows how these groupies get down.
right? And so why didn't he have that thing that couples do? We don't hear about all the couples, you guys, because some people who get their freak on in Hollywood have their contracts. We don't hear nothing until we
NDAs.
do. You know what I'm saying? So obviously he didn't have his paperwork in order. And he might have wanted to consider that along with wrapping it up. And why is she, look, it doesn't, listen, can I have $2,000 more dollars from you? Because I'm going to start working and making money.
That just doesn't make any sense. That's more income for the child. What do you need more money from him for?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of unjust systems in place to keep our people suppressed.
Mm-hmm.
But can
and I just wish.
Oh, sorry. No, continue.
I just wish I wish these men will wake up, and stop feeding into this baby mama culture and wrap it up. Period. Or you're gonna be crying on this internet like Tyrese. All right, and I'm so tired of Tyrese. Boy, if you don't go get you some therapy,
Lord have mercy.
Can we just tell men to choose better? Like, I'm sorry, but it's just like, one, you should have thought about this when you slept with her. Why did you not use protection? Why did you not make sure she was on birth control? Like, some of you lot, no, it's not, come on, I'm supposed to be on men. Some of you lot were flinging your peen into anything. You guys have got community D. You're screwing these girls and getting them pregnant, and then you want to cry when you're forced to pay child support. Nah,
it's like she's lucky she's only having to ask for child support and not lab reports at this point.
Well, this is what happened when you have a trapper ninja baby. Okay, you end up
right
battling in court.
I'm not sure if she was exactly the girl that I heard about that does the take the thing and then take the stuff out later and then put it in and then they go back and they're like, well, what had happened was the rubber must have broke. Had you ever?
Oh
you
my
ever
God!
heard that?
Did you know? Did you know that that's actually SA under the law?
For her to do that to him?
You know, removing a rubber midway through
yeah,
course,
without the person's knowledge is actually SA.
Yes, it is.
In every way.
Hey, be more shorty. It is.
Is it equally SA when they said they put it on and it's not on?
If you don't tell the other person and they're unaware that you've removed it, it's SA.
See?
And especially if you got STIs and things like that you didn't reveal.
And why did they start calling it an I instead of the D? When I was little, they
infection,
STD,
infection,
sexually
disease,
transmitted disease, and now they're all sexually transmitted infections.
Well, Marlon, you better get down with Drake method because we all know Drake is a community peen out here in these streets, but he put hot sauce in the condom when he done to make sure sperm cells are dead.
That's what he did.
No, one of his groupies tried it, and she didn't realize he put the hot sauce in the condom, and so she tried to sue him. She had the audacity to try to sue him.
That's crazy.
After she tried the trickery. She tried to go in and use, take the use. And fellas, make sure you flush it too. That's important too. But insert it in her so that she would get knocked up, and it was she didn't know it was hot sauce in there and burnt the whole hoo-ha up.
That's crazy. Oh my God.
Well, I guess it was a suable point because there have been times when fast food restaurants got sued for people eating out of their trash and getting food poisoning.
Oh my God. Enlighten me.
No, seriously, it's happened out here in California. They're crazy.
Oh my god.
Hey, you guys are hilarious.
They are equally as crazy on the East Coast. I promise you.
You guys are hilarious. America is just not real.
No,
All right, guys. Hey, Jane. Look, everybody is going in on the comments. Chili Pepper, Rubbers,
Just because
Hot Box.
we just can't sue like that in the UK.
Really?
We can sue for everything in America. Don't mean you're gonna win, but you can sue for anything.
Yeah. We don't like sue, like suing is for people who have money, or unless they get a firm to represent you, but you can't just sue for anything like that. It's nah.
They have like here in California specifically, we have legal clinics you can go to, and you can be like, oh, I want to sue this person because they did this, this, and this. And the person will be like, oh, well, what you need to do is go get form number da 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 blah, and then go get da 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 blah, and then go do da 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 blah, and then take it all to da 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 where, and then come back to da 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 who, and then you can go and you can meet them in court. So it's super easy out here. Like you don't even technically have to have a lawyer, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, you can represent yourself.
Yes.
Wow.
That's what Judge Judy is everybody's representing themselves, you know?
Wow.
So Gina, I'm happy you're here today because I want to get your thoughts on Kate Middleton revealing that she has cancer. I know it's been all type of creepy stuff going on over there in the UK. I want you to enlighten us.
I can
with the fake paparazzi, the fake photography, the fake pictures, the king having cancer. Please enlighten us.
Oh, okay. I can tell you all about this. So basically, how it kind of works here. So what happened with the pictures that, so Kate's been diagnosed with cancer. So what happened was with the picture, right? She did take the picture and she did edit it. And from what I've learned, I think is that so she was the one who edited the picture for Mother's Day. I think she just really badly edited it. I don't think this was a case of it trying to be deceitful or full of deception. I think that she just took a picture, she just really badly edited it. Apparently, she didn't tell like her press team, and her press team weren't aware, and so that's what happened. I know a lot of people have conspiracy theories, but I think that's just what actually happened. She edited the picture and she just did it really, really badly. And obviously, like a lot of people, like I've got a lot of messages from like my friends and family members. Like a lot of people are shocked about her cancer diagnosis because Kate's quite young. Her oldest son is 10 and her youngest son Louis is only 5. So a lot of people are like really, really shocked that she has cancer and stuff. But I kind of feel bad because that like the British press here, like, oh my gosh, the British press are notorious for how ruthless they are. Like if you guys knew how bad the British press was, like what they did to Meghan was bad, but what they were doing in the 90s was even worse. Like in the 90s, the stuff that they were doing was insane. Like they used to, like, the British press was notorious for hacking into people's phones. They would hack into people's voice messages and leak them online. We also didn't have a lot of restrictions on what photographers can do. That's why like Diana was constantly like harassed in the UK
after her life.
But I think the thing is that was in Paris. That was in Paris. And after in the car crash, there was a lot of laws put in the UK after Diana died. So now that's why we don't really see photographers taking pictures of celebrities in the UK, because we have one of the strictest laws now in the UK when it comes to paparazzi. Like, so if the only time is, like, for example, if you're going to an event or if a celebrity calls. So we have very strict rules on paparazzi. So yeah, those paparazzi shots of Kate were definitely staged, and it was probably called by someone else.
Look, we getting exclusive information straight from the UK. Naughty Crew, make sure y'all hitting that like button. We are worldwide, okay? Over here. Mary D wants to know, why wasn't William sitting next to her? I do believe William is a cheater. I mean,
oh no, he is. So
okay, so I think it's a video that she wanted to do on her own, but the rumors about William cheating from about with Rose Hambury have been going on for like 5 years. I remember 5 years ago reading in the tabloids about William cheating, because thing is the royal family has like a really weird relationship. Kind of have like this buddy relationship. It's like, oh, if you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. So sometimes the press will be like, okay, we won't cover certain things if you give us like access to like other pictures, like when your kids go to school and stuff. But about 5 years ago, there were stories about William having an affair with Rose Hambury, and then the stories just stopped. Like the stories went dead silent. So I personally believe that there was a cover up, because there were rumors about an affair. It was starting to leak, and then they mysteriously stopped. Like the royal family has the power to make certain stories go away because of their kind of symbiotic relationship with the UK press. It's like very, very weird secret.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, so that's just how it works. Yeah, very, very weird relationship with the press.
I love it. I love it. I'm not surprised to hear that Kate has cancer, although I'm empathetic because she has young children and she's so young. I don't want to see anyone going through cancer ailments and things like that. And I'm sure as a mom, so much is running through her head. The first thing that happens when you get a diagnosis like that, like your whole life flashes before your eyes, and you just think about like I want to be here for all my kids' milestones, and her kids are very very young. The reason why I say I'm not surprised is because the royals are so infamous for their inbreeding.
Oh yeah, no, Queen Elizabeth, like what's called Prince Philip were like second cousins, because
Mm-hmm.
Queen Victoria had a lot of grandchildren, and a lot of her grandchildren married into a lot of families all over Europe, like
Mm-hmm.
Germany, before all of those monarchies eventually just disappeared. So it's literally like, yeah, like a lot of like other monarchies from other countries like Spain and stuff. They're all descendants of Queen Victoria, because she had a lot of children that married
Yes.
into.
Yes. Now, do you feel like the royal family is starting to lose favor over in the UK? Do you feel like their power is diminishing since the queen has passed on?
Oh, definitely. Um, the thing is with like the royal family here is that the Queen was the most popular family. Like the royal thing is like a lot of people. I think a lot of people loved and adored the Queen. I think everybody, like, nobody likes Charles. Like Charles has never been really popular since the whole Diana thing. Like Charles is just not that popular. William is more popular. Kate is more popular, but Charles has just never been the public favorite since the whole Diana thing. Like people
Hmm.
loved the Queen, and I think amongst Generation Z, like they're like more unpopular. I think you have a lot of the older generation who are more pro monarchy, because that's because they're a lot older. They grew up with the Queen and stuff. But if you get younger and younger, like younger generations, I think a lot of us are indifferent towards the royal family, or we're just not crazy about them. Like my generation, Gen Z, is like a huge fan of like Meghan Markle and stuff. So a lot
Hmm.
of our family views them as extremely like view them as racist. So they need to do better, because I think they're just not adapting well to how, like, Britain's really diverse now. Like if you go to London, it's an extremely diverse country. So I feel like people just feel like the royal family isn't reflective of how like ethnically diverse Britain is becoming, which is why a lot of people were upset about how they handled the whole Meghan Markle situation.
Seriously. But they infamous for being racist, but I feel like this is just their past coming back to haunt them because they won't admit how much they stole from the Caribbean, how much they participated in the transatlantic slave, and that's why I feel like people are losing. That's why I feel like they're losing favor. I think I'm trying to
You know
find a
why
clip
else they're
now.
losing favor?
Who
You know
else?
why else they're losing favor is because there's that TikTok that's going around that says America is England's penal colony.
What?
You didn't see that TikTok?
I'm looking. I'm on TikTok right now.
Look up, yeah, look that up.
It's called what? America.
America is England's penal colony.
And let's not
was
forget,
established. That was what it was originally supposed to be. Was they sent all, penal colony. It was like a jail. It was like Alcatraz.
and let's not forget Prince Andrew being involved in this whole Epstein.
Oh,
What did you guys think of that?
oh, we hate him here. Trust me. There were protests outside Buckingham Palace about Prince Andrew. Then they tried to cover that up. He's very guilty of.
He's been outcasted, right, from the castle? Or he's
Oh yeah. He's been stripped of his royal titles. He's not allowed to come back in public life again. Like he's so. If you guys knew how much we.
Flag of Washington's District of Columbia has 3 red stars, one for each state in the 3-city empire.
Is this it, Curves?
Let me see. I'm trying to make it big. Does it say penal on there? It had hashtag penal or something.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me look some more. But yeah, no, I think the royal family, and trust me, I've been around since they were pulling Diana in the carriage, delivering him to that evil monster, Charles.
Yeah. She looked back one more time. Like, somebody help me. And then she entered the cathedral.
She always looked miserable to me. She always looked very miserable.
When she was running across the lawn, racing the other moms, she looked happy.
You guys should watch The Crown.
I do watch The Crown. I just haven't catch the latest seasons, but I used to. I
Let me
thought
see. Is this one
that did a very good job.
Yeah.
Zenobia says Philip cheated on Elizabeth like crazy and didn't try to hide it. Of course.
Yeah.
It's Elizabeth.
Oh, okay, Veronica, good point. She says Kate doesn't have royal blood, so she might not be inbred.
Kate is Kate, one of the first people. Like, the thing is, Diana came from like an aristocrat family. That's actually a commoner. Why very different. And she married William because she's just a regular girl. She wasn't from like a aristocrat family.
Exactly. I think I found the clip.
Yeah, that looks like it.
Okay. All right. Let's play this. I gotta make sure it's no music. Hold on 1 second.
For busy people. Throughout history, diverse approaches have been employed to manage prisoners, ranging from ancient practices like the death penalty and severe corporal punishment to methods such as forced labor and transportation. Governments and monarchs have utilized a variety of harsh and unconventional means to control and punish offenders. For many centuries, a preferred approach to dealing with criminals involved establishing penal colonies, typically on isolated and uninhabited islands. Governed by wardens or governors, these distant outposts gained popularity during the early modern period, offering a harsh existence for those transported to them. In the early 18th century, a period of expansion unfolded as European powers vied for territory, pushing exploration into previously uncharted waters. This led to the acquisition of vast portions of the world under the dominion of empires rooted in Europe. In 1717, Britain enacted its first Transportation Act, allowing the sending of criminals to the American colonies as indentured labor. Upon arrival, these prisoners were auctioned to local landowners, compelled to serve a 7-year term, earning them the moniker, His Majesty's 7-Year Passengers. France swiftly adopted a similar approach, dispatching convicts to its Louisiana colonies. Approximately 50,000 British and several thousand French convicts were transported to what is now America. Both nations utilized transportation to alleviate prison overcrowding and contribute to the development of these burgeoning territories. Following the American Revolution, unconventional and inhospitable locations were sought for penal colonies. These often included remote islands, challenging to access and nearly impossible to escape, situated in harsh climates and overseen by governors. Some countries, possessing extensive territories, opted for distant and sparsely populated provinces for this purpose. During much of the 19th century, Britain extensively transported criminals to Australia, including later Tasmania. penal colonies in New South Wales became prominent, with individuals sent there for offenses as minor as stealing a loaf of bread.
Wow.
Survivors of the challenging journey and forced labor often chose to stay and establish themselves in Australia after completing their sentences. As the world appeared to shrink, the decline of penal colonies ensued. This shift was influenced by a growing emphasis on the humanitarian aspects of crime, urging countries to focus on rehabilitation rather than mere punishment or the practice of isolating offenders far away.
Wow.
Crazy, huh?
That is crazy. And you know what? The United States decided to make a business out of building prisons.
Yep.
Period. Cheap labor. This is another form of enslavement.
Mm-hmm.
That was good. Thank you.
All right. Right on.
Go ahead. What are your thoughts? You can comment on it.
Well, like I was saying, I just was thinking that is that somehow, are we technically still under England?
It makes you wonder, right? Because
Yeah,
a lot
like
of the Caribbean islands are.
Why do we have so many English actors and correspondents commenting on our news like they live here, like it matters to them? You know what I mean? Like,
I can answer that.
why is that?
Well, to be honest, is that the truth is that there just aren't a lot of opportunities in the UK. The UK just has a lot of limited opportunities for work. So a lot of UK people just migrate to America just because there's a lot of better opportunities for work there.
Right on.
That's
So the usual reason.
Yeah.
There was a job to do.
No, honestly, America just has way better opportunities for work.
Yeah, I hear that about the UK. Like, it's really, really hard to get work over there.
Is especially when to be an actor. Like I was gonna say, like because I know that people like talk about why do all the British come here? There are no opportunities for British actors, and it's really racist here. Like the acting scene is very classist and racist here. They have a lot of opportunities for a lot of actors. A lot of people just migrate, go to like America. It's way more diverse. I mean, I know that America has a lot of history of racism, but it's just like there's just still more opportunities. Which is saying something.
Yeah.
But yeah, and because I watch a lot of UK films on Netflix.
Like which ones? Like Bridgerton's or
all different ones. Don't get me to I can't even break them down, but I do see like it's not a lot of diversity in the cast when I do watch them.
Yeah.
So I get
like
that.
Benny Hill.
Oh, you threw it back with the Benny Hill.
Yeah, he was hilarious to me.
You threw it back. Anybody watch Regina King's new movie on Netflix?
I did not.
Is that Shirley?
Yes, Shirley.
I was gonna say I haven't seen that yet. Did it just come out?
Yeah, it just came out.
Was it excellent?
I was gonna say because I haven't watched it yet because I just watched Mia Culpa like yesterday.
Was it good to you?
Oh my god, that film was so bad.
Okay, that's what everybody else said too.
So bad. Oh my gosh. Yes, I only watched it for Shannon Thornton because I love her and Kelly Rowland.
Exactly. Oh god. Did you guys hear that the US filed a landmark lawsuit against Apple?
Yes.
Why?
Oh,
bust up their monopoly.
They saying they trying to monopolize the market. Shout out to the Jasmine brand for this one.
Ever seen a green text message or received a tiny, grainy video can attest. Apple's anti-competitive conduct also includes making it more difficult for iPhone users to message with users of non-Apple products. It does this by diminishing the functionality of its own messaging app and by diminishing the functionality of third-party messaging apps. By doing so, Apple knowingly and deliberately degrades quality, privacy, and security for its users. For example, if an iPhone user messages a non-iPhone user in Apple Messages, the text appears not only as a green bubble, but incorporates limited functionality. The conversation is not encrypted, videos are pixelated and grainy, and users cannot edit messages or see typing indicators. As a result, iPhone users perceive rival smartphones as being lower quality because the experience of messaging friends and family who do not own iPhones is worse, even though Apple is the one responsible for breaking cross-platform messaging. And it does so intentionally. For example, in 2013, a senior executive at Apple explained that supporting cross-platform messaging in Apple Messages, quote, would simply serve to remove an obstacle to iPhone families, as any iPhone user who has ever seen a green text message or received a tiny, grainy video can attest. Apple's anti-competitive conduct also includes making it more difficult for iPhone users to message with users of non-Apple products. It does this by diminishing the functionality of its own messaging app and by diminishing the functionality of third-party messaging apps. By doing so, Apple knowingly and deliberately degrades quality, privacy, and security for its users. For example, if an iPhone user messages an
All right, what do you ladies think about that? I'm a Apple user, so I can't really. Ever since I've been on Apple, I always stuck with Apple. Any thoughts?
I too am an Apple user, and every day I say, "Ooh, I miss my Android."
For real?
Yes. I like the way on Android, I could just take out a memory card, pop in a thing if I needed to do my thing. On this, I have to buy a whole new device. Really? I don't like having to go all the way over there because the cloud thing, and then I got to get charged extra because I want the cloud thing. I could just go buy my card and have it all in my hand. And then all this, she's right. Whenever I send anything to my friends, they even say in a tone that they're inferior. Yeah, I just have this Android. Like because my thing didn't get to them. And it does look different on my end too when I send it to them. And I just recently learned that that's because they're an Android user. It's like the Dr. Seuss book, the Skeeches with stars on their belly, and then the other Skeeches didn't have them, so they went and got stars. But then the Skeeches with stars were like, "Oh, you got what we have," so they went and got their stars off, and then everybody was like, "Oh, well, we need to not have it anymore," so they went back and got the stars off, and it just went back and forth. It's just like, why can't everything just mesh? Why can't, as far as communication anyway? I don't know.
Why can't they streamline it?
Yeah.
I hear your point. For those of you who want to know Regina King's new movie, I put it up on the screen for you guys. I like Apple. I like it's friendly in use. I just upgraded to the 15. But see me, I don't. As soon as the phone drops, I don't feel the need to get a new phone. I wait for the deal.
Yeah.
So like Verizon sent me $1,000 off if I upgrade it. So great. It's cheaper for me that way.
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't really bother me. Like my brother is an Android user. Like major differences I see is like I can't send him pictures or anything. His phone won't accept that for me.
Yeah. Well, I don't mind an Android, and I love a Samsung. They have some really nice designs on that Samsung double screen one that folds. I like that. Mama
I just
wants
say
that.
people really just have it's to what you're liking, right? So like if I decided to switch over to Android, it's gonna feel weird for me. Period. Because it's foreign. It's something I have to learn to use and things like that. See, Mary D said, I love my Android. I think it comes down to preference. Me personally, all my products, I have multiple devices, and I just love that all my Apples connect. So no matter what device I'm
That
on,
part is cute.
it all translate.
Yeah.
From my laptop to my iPad to my phone. You understand?
Yeah, I got yeah. I get that. I got that to go with that. And even on that, I don't appreciate that my MacBook is so pixelated when I'm on that camera for the thing. I don't appreciate that.
I need to upgrade my MacBook Air.
You know what I'm saying?
For the camera. It's coming. It's all coming. All right. So yeah, today was a rainy day, so I just kind of hung out. I found Curves. I found this great new waxing center. I love it. It's called Sugaring NYC. They may have locations in Cali. They're like nationwide, but it's Black owned and it's 100% organic. And they only use 3 ingredients for their wax mixture. It's sugar, lemon water, and I can't think of the other one. Sugar, lemon. Ooh, it's on my thing. But they don't heat it up to where it's so hot that you know how wax it singes your skin sometimes when you press it on. No, it only goes up to like a certain amount. It's not hot at all.
I know about that sugary thing. That's supposed to be an excellent hair removal technique. Yeah, that's supposed to be good.
Yeah. So it's supposed to prevent ingrowns, and it's all natural. And it was such a great experience. Like I encourage everyone, if you have one in your area, to try it. Like I just felt so good when I was done, and they just did, and it was affordable too. It's way cheaper than European wax center. Let me tell you.
All right.
Wax center. I felt bad because I'm like, what? I'm spending $100 and something bucks. Like, nah.
Yeah.
It's a way cheaper option, and I was very, very pleased and happy with the services. I had the book right away.
You guys be sure to check out your sugary wax center in your area. Nadi said it's a fantastic experience.
It definitely is. Hold on, I'm trying to see if I have. Here it is. So they use sugar, water, and lemon juice, and it's a sugar paste, and it's applied at body temperature. So like that's one of the things about waxing I didn't like. Like the wax used to be too hot.
Right.
And I'm like, I felt like violated by the time I was done with the whole process. Not at all. I felt so good when I was done.
Right on.
Yeah, so yeah, this is what my evening is gonna look like. I'm gonna be watching Shirley tonight on Netflix.
And that's Shirley Chisholm, the first Black. What did she do? The first Black. Wasn't she a candidate for president or something like that? What did she do? She ran for something.
Yeah, and Regina King, I'm happy to see her back on the big screen. She's an awesome, awesome actress. I've been following her since 227. But she sat down with Jimmy Kimmel in promotion of the movie last night, and they had a very emotional moment. Shout out to Hollywood Unlocked for capturing this. This is her first interview together since her son passing, but she seems to be strong. But here we go.
Well, it's very good to see you.
Good to see you.
How are you doing right now?
Right now, I'm good.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. I know you've been through a lot last year.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's good to see you, Jenny.
Good to see you too. Did you see William Shatner backstage?
Of course he's got in it, but it was just an emotional moment. But everyone go support her. She's been through a lot. I want to give her the views and things like that. But I'll go around to get your closing thoughts on any subject you want to sound off on. Curbs, you want to kick it off?
Well, I suggest that you guys all research the power of the Rule of 72. I'll be doing a video on it. And that is a way to compound your wealth. Look into getting your house and properties put into the proper trust vehicles. Look at getting high interest accounts set up on minors as soon as possible, because if a child end up being diagnosed at age 2 with like asthma, they become uninsurable. So it's better to have something on them that's growing cash than them be ineligible for anything ever. That's forever. Because childhood diagnosis affect all that kind of stuff. Be sure that you're checking on your body and listen to your intuition, and Be sure you're shining your light and be around people that value and love you. And remember that access to you is power because you're God's chosen favorite. And be loved.
I love it. I love it. Make sure y'all go over to Larger Curves channel and subscribe. I don't know if you want to put your link in the chat. Gina, I appreciate you coming up and joining me. I missed you.
No problem. I was gonna say I miss you too. I'm not able to come as much because I have work, but I try to.
I get it. You got to make the donuts, girl. Get that coin.
Go get the coin. But yeah, thanks for having me on. I think I feel like I said everything I needed to during the thing, but yeah.
But thank you for the inside scoop on what's going on in the UK and the royal family. I so appreciate you.
Oh yeah. Everyone's talking about it right now. You should see it's crazy here.
Exactly. So I'll be live tomorrow, you guys. Probably like late afternoon. I'll be live. So and then I'll look for Curves. I'll look for you in these YouTube streets. And Gina,
Right on. Thanks. Peace out, you guys.
Peace out, everyone. Good night, everyone. I appreciate every last one of y'all joining me this evening. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I like to give you a little variety. Do not put me in a box, okay? There's many layers over here. But let's leave it in the comments. And if you have not already, please hit that like button, share my content, and leave comments. Interact with the channel. Donations are definitely appreciated. I'm about to go Netflix and chill, okay? But I hope you all have a beautiful, blessed evening. And as you move through your evening, make sure you guys
Ever in life, I stand on business. You drop me somewhere, I stand on business. You drop.
Make sure you stand on business 10 toes down and don't get
You ever been swallowed up, swallowed up?
Don't get swallowed up by the evils of the world, naughty crew. Sending peace and blessings to all you. And as always, we always thank our haters over here.
And I want to say thank you in case I don't thank you enough.
I thank y'all too. I embrace my haters. Okay. Y'all keep the wheels turning over here too. All right. I hope you all have a beautiful, blessed evening. Until next time, naughty crew, I'm out. 1.